Welcome back. Taking a full look at weather now. Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca. Some nice weather for us as we're getting ready to go on summer break. We like it.
Summer break. We got a weekend on the way. Some of us, you know. We already had a holiday weekend,
right.
So, you know, this is a short week for some. But this weekend, I mean, we've had nice weather over the last couple days. It's not going to be as nice. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But first, what is it today? What day is it? Asks the camel. It's not that day. It's Thursday, which means it's Drought Update Thursday. And that means we give you an update on the drought situation across the state, or lack thereof. And that is the case this week. No change to the drought status this week. It is still the same as last. 1.2% of the state is considered to be abnormally dry. We'll find that down in the Colorado desert along the Colorado River appropriately. And the rest of the state looking good, including us here locally. We have been drought-free since last spring after an excessively wet winter. And of course, this winter, rainfall was average, if not a little bit above. So that kept the streak going. Do we have any rain in the future? Well, no, not really. We probably will see some drizzle on the coast this weekend. The ridge of high pressure that brought the heat over the last couple of days is weakening, and this trough coming in will start to cool us down as we head into the day tomorrow. We already started to see a bit of a cool down in some places today. That trend will continue tomorrow and into Saturday. So cooler, cloudier weather expected on the coast over the next couple of days, and we will also cool down inland as well. But the cool down will be short-lived and somewhat minor. It is still going to be fairly nice this weekend. We will have some clouds on the coast, so not quite as sunny as it's been in recent days, but I think out of the weekend, we're going to see even warmer temperatures next week, both on the coast and inland. And the reason is, after a couple of these systems pass by, a pretty strong ridge begins to develop once we head into Tuesday and Wednesday. We're talking some serious heat across much of the western United States. Now, this is one particular model. This is the GFS model that I'm showing you. The Euro model is also showing a huge ridge. It has a little bit more centered to the west, though, as we head through midweek next week. So we're waiting for some of the details to get sorted out. But I expect it to be quite warm next week, inland especially. We're going to see plentiful 90s and maybe making a run on the triple digits in some areas. Now, at the coast, I really still think onshore flow will prevail. We'll have a very compressed marine layer. So, you know, if you get a little bit away from the coast, it warms up pretty quickly. But right along the coast, we'll probably still see that onshore flow, maybe some fog at times. So lots to sort out next week. But with that potential heat, we're going to keep a close eye on things. Now, overnight tonight, right now, skies are clear. But I do think we'll see a little bit of fog develop around the bay like we did last night. Perhaps slightly more extensive than it was last night. But still, we're not talking about deep penetration into the inland valleys. We're talking mostly around the bay, maybe into those nearby valleys. That's about it tomorrow morning. And then during the day tomorrow, with a stronger sea breeze, we'll probably see some low clouds hanging around the coast at times. Maybe not so much a stronger sea breeze, but a deeper sea breeze and a more moist sea breeze. Wind speeds probably won't be any stronger than today, so let's just clarify that. But either way, more likely to see clouds tomorrow, especially in the south and east sides of the bay, and then tomorrow evening an earlier onset of that cloud cover and potentially some fog as well. So cooler, cloudier on the coast tomorrow. I've cooled our coastal temperatures down anywhere from 2 to 5 degrees compared to today's highs. And we'll see a bit of a cool down inland as well, especially in those nearer coastal valleys. 68 in Capitola tomorrow, 70 in Santa Cruz, 70s in the lower elevations, but still looking at some 80s up in Boulder Creek and even up at the summit tomorrow. So there's still some warmth in the mountains and far away from those inland breezes like up in Morgan Hill and Gilroy. You're still in the upper 80s tomorrow, but on the coast 60s, right? And low 60s in Castroville. Salinas, upper 60s, but still in the 80s in Hollister. You'll get there early in the day tomorrow. And then the sea breeze will come in out of San Juan Bautista, will travel through San Juan to you in Hollister and keep you cooler later in the day. Low 60s around the bay or the peninsula tomorrow, maybe mid 60s in Monterey, but certainly cooler than today. Although we did get to 67 in Monterey today. Down south, 70s, 80s, 90s, depending on how far away from the coast you are. So still pretty warm inland, but cooler nearest the coast. And as we look at the 7-day forecast, temperatures a couple of degrees cooler maybe on Saturday. A little bit of drizzle possible Saturday and Sunday mornings. But notice Sunday warming, right? So we'll start to see some warmer air moving in Sunday afternoon. I think most of the clouds will be early in the day. We'll see decreasing clouds late. And then coastal temperatures looking pretty warm next week. Again, that's with that ridge sitting right over us, a very compressed marine layer. Still can't rule out some fog right along the coast, but overall our coastal averages will head upward. And inland areas certainly will see that too, with highs almost 10 degrees above normal by Tuesday and Wednesday next week. But in the meantime, enjoy a seasonable weekend.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Dan.